we haven't met. And I'd like to introduce our new fire chief, Larry Karp, and his wife, Denise. I'd also like to thank our retiring chief, Mr. Mosier. Is that your phone? And his wife, Marnie, mostly. Mo and Marnie have been involved in Quilcene in the fire department since 1990. Mo's been chief 4 or 5 times, I think. Amongst other things that he's done for the chief, and we thank both of you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Beck would have liked to have been here today. He had a heart event yesterday morning, and he is in Harrison, and he's stable, but at this point we don't know what the prognosis is. It may be as simple as medication, and it may be more than that. But he really wanted to be here. Since I was appointed commissioner, Larry was our guy. We've got to hire Larry, and I think Larry is our guy. And our conversations and everything have been great, and Debbie agrees. And one thing I'd like to say, going back to Herb, is our thoughts and prayers need to be with Herb. He probably needs all the support he can get right now, along with his family. So anyway, I'd like to introduce our chief, Larry, and if Denise would come up and pin the badge on him, then Larry's going to give us a little bio of what he's done and what he's going to do, maybe. Did you get it?
I got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll give you the floor.
Okay. I'm real not good off the cuff, so let's see. I can stand up here. It don't matter.
No, I better sit down.
First thing I'd like to say is I want to echo what Gary said about Herb. I guess I've known Herb for like 4 months now, because we've been communicating through email and phone calls, and I met him when I was here in Quilcene. He's been my main point of contact, and as a matter of fact, yesterday I did, before I got sworn in, I guess, I jumped a call, and I went to that call yesterday, so I guess I could say that my very first call in Quilcene actually was somebody that I know. And I want to say that the guys that were on the scene did an excellent job in taking care of Herb yesterday. So I was real happy to see the performance of our guys. But anyway, there we go. So anyway, the first thing I'd like to do today is acknowledge everybody who chose to be here today. I hope in the next few days or weeks I can personally get to meet each and every one of you, and thank everybody who made my coming to Quilcene possible. I'd like to publicly thank the Jefferson County District or Fire District 2 Commissioners for your faith and confidence in giving me this opportunity to serve as your Chief Administrator. I will not let you down. I'd like to thank EMS Chief Mosier for your dedication to the district and your efforts in directing the district during this long transitional period. You stepped up and you took on the task, and I bet you never thought it was going to drag on this long. I'm hoping that Mo can continue on with EMS administrative duties under my command. Although he's not here today, I'd like to publicly thank Bensenville Fire Chief Michael Spain for his guidance and for him showing me what a first-rate organization or how it's run. I'd like to thank him for mentoring me and for encouraging me to follow my dream and come here to Quilcene. Many people here, especially the press, may be wondering what Quilcene got when they hired me. I started out as a career firefighter in Bensenville in 1985. You gotta be kidding.
Alright, it's got the phone in it.
I don't even know his number. I started out in 1985. I was fascinated at the prospect of being a fireman. Isn't that every young boy's dream? I began taking classes and accepting any new challenge that was presented to me. I became an EMTB and an Illinois Certified Firefighter 2 that same year. I couldn't satisfy my desire for more challenge and experience, so I pursued a part-time volunteer position with the Stickney Fire Department a year later in 1986. I began taking more classes and continued to build my knowledge and gain experience. Working in Stickney gave me the opportunity to respond to many more fires and at the same time sign up for more classes. I kept running into the same problem, though I didn't know enough. So I went back to school. I got my associate's degree in fire science. Early on in my career, I began working on my state of Illinois fire officer certifications, earning Fire Officer 1 and then Fire Officer 2. Several years into my volunteer time in Stickney, I tested and I was promoted to the position of lieutenant, a position I held for 15 years. The experience I gained by being an officer for 15 years is invaluable to me now. We fought some big mutual aid fires at the time, and the 1990s were a great time to be a fireman in that area. But I was also given the opportunity to be a supervisor, a leader, and I encountered many of the management dilemmas and problems that most leaders face at one time or another during their careers. And yes, most of my leadership and instructor success as a career firefighter was achieved while serving in the rank of firefighter. But leadership happens at every level of the fire service. And you don't have to have a bugle on your shoulder to be a leader. This is a quality I hope to nurture here in Quilcene, because I recognize that at any given time, any of our personnel can be called upon to lead through their character, their skill, and their experience. That one's not me. This brings me to my vision of our district. My largest responsibility here is maintaining the safety of the personnel who work for our district while providing the best possible response to the public safety needs of the community. My job is to look at the big picture and prepare for that great anything can happen scenario. Just like we were discussing this morning, we live on a peninsula, and if something really bad happens, we're kind of cut off. This may sound extreme to some, or even a waste of time. I know it's often difficult for the general public to understand this type of preparation. As I just said, we live on a peninsula, and as I was continually reminded on Friday by an area fire chief, help is an hour away. That's assuming that those mutual aid resources aren't needed in their own community. Then there may be a time when we are truly on our own here in Quilcene. That's what we have to prepare for. I see as one of our basic principles as training. These principles isn't that we can prepare ourselves for any situation. It's a principle designed to establish an excellent foundation for ongoing skill development through training and trust. Trust me to be your leader and give me a reason to trust all of you. As I say goodbye to one family in Illinois, I am welcomed here by another. I will work every day with my heart and soul to build relationships and earn the trust of every single individual who serves the Jefferson County Fire Protection District Number 2 and every individual we come in contact while performing our duties. When you see me in the community, please stop and say hi. I also want you to know I'm family orientated. My wife Denise and my son Jim are the most important people in my life. I am firm, but I am fair, but I am firm. I will treat you guys right. I am dedicated and I am loyal. I am a fireman. I will always remember where I came from. and where I've been. And just so there's no misunderstanding, I got to get this clear right now. I'm a Chicago Cubs baseball fan.
You poor guy. All you have to do is say you're a Lou Piniella fan. That would have been enough.
So, I'd like to thank my family for everything they've done for me. I'd like to thank my friends for their support and encouragement. My parents, Don and Lynn, who obviously could not be here today, for all that they have done for me to support me and raise me right and encourage me to move across the country to pursue my dream. I need to thank my son Jim, who's not here today. Some of you know he's 24 years old. He's a career firefighter, and most of you probably don't know what it's like to have a 24-year-old firefighter in the house. But I'll tell you, for the last several years, 24/7 in our house, we've been talking fire service because that's all he wants to do. And when things get tough on my job, talking fire service with him every single day in the house kind of brings up the spirit and reignites that passion for the service, because, well, he's got the bug bad. He loves this profession just as I loved it 24 or 28 years ago when I got involved in it. Lastly, I'd like to thank my wife Denise, by far the greatest human being I have ever had the privilege to meet. And I am grateful every single day that she would have me and stand beside me and come to Quilcene with me and embrace the lifestyle of a firefighter's spouse for 28 years. She is part of this deal. You will see us together much of the time. Outside of this job, my life revolves around her. I hope she can be accepted into this great community just as I hope to be. We are happy to be here in Quilcene. This is our new home. You are my new fire service family. Thank you for the great hospitable time that we've had so far. Now it's time for us to get down to business. Thank you for coming out this morning and sharing this moment with us.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Well, here's a good time for you to come up and meet the chief and the chief's wife. And so we have coffee, cake, and you're welcome to it. Come on up.
Is that a strawberry cake? Because my favorite is strawberry.
I'm sorry, it's lemon filled.
Yeah, that's his
That's
favorite.
because
I was ordered by Bob Lowe to get it that way.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I have a whole time here for you.